Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today is Monday, April 18th, and this is the MLB DFS video for today. So in today's video, we'll be doing a recap of yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about my core plays for today, and then going over the top GPP stacks from my article over at WeBetATS.com. But without further ado, we'll get started with a recap of yesterday's picks. We're going to start off with pitcher Alek Manoah, $10,000, got to 40 points yesterday. I gave him a hit. He was the second overall pitcher on the day, so I really can't complain there. Then we had Rhys Hoskins at first base, $3,400. Had pretty good history yesterday, but he had 0 points. He was a miss. A guy that had been hitting a little bit better too, 0 for 4, just kind of unfortunate there. Then we had Luis Arraez, who had pretty good history against Michael Wacha as well. He was 0 for 4 yesterday, so he had 0 points, so he was a miss as well. Kind of unfortunate there. And at $2,300, we had Jake Marisnick. Maybe a little bit more of a dart throw. 0 for 3 yesterday, so he ended up with 0 points. But when you look back at it, good history against the pitcher. He had a hit in every single game he started this year. So it looked like a reasonably safe play. Just didn't work out yesterday. And then last but not least, we had Shohei Ohtani at $4,300. Got to 9.7. Gave him a push just because you're looking for a little bit more out of Ohtani, and especially at that price tag. So a little bit of a hit or miss day yesterday. Obviously, some of the guys that did have good histories against the pitchers they were going against just did not perform. So you're going to get that in MLB DFS sometimes, but we're right back at it today. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to my core plays for the day. We're going to start off at pitcher with Michael Lorenzen. Obviously is a guy that was a relief pitcher primarily in the past. Starting this season, had a very strong start to start the year. Doesn't really have much history against this Houston Astros team. $8,200, definitely a guy I'm willing to take a chance on today. And then we move down to his teammate Jared Walsh, $3,200. Been all right so far this year. He is 7 for 11 versus Luis Garcia, the starting pitcher for the Houston Astros, with 2 home runs. So definitely a lot of upside there, and I definitely do like that at this price tag. Then we move down to second base. We got Robinson Cano here. Started off the season pretty strong. Slowed down just a little bit. Obviously, he's been resting some here and there as well. But he's going against Alex Cobb today, a guy that he does have a long track record against, 10 for 28 in his career with 4 home runs. A lot of that was probably back when he was on the Yankees and Cobb was in like Tampa Bay, but there's a little bit of upside there. If you're able to catch some of it today at $2,600, definitely could be a major value there. Then we move down to shortstop with Trey Turner, $3,900. Obviously has had a hit every game so far this season, obviously except for yesterday. I think he gets back on the hit streak once again, so taking a chance on him here. 7 for 21 with 1 home run against Max Fried so far in his young career. Definitely has some upside. Definitely a guy that we're looking for today. And then last but not least at outfield, we have Seiya Suzuki, $3,300. Very cheap price tag compared to what he's been able to do so far this season, almost averaging 18 points a game. When you're looking at that, you're looking at guys that are closer to $4,000 price range. So taking a chance on Seiya Suzuki today, definitely something that I would like to do. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players I do have listed here, you have $13,800 remaining, just over $3,400 per player. So you have a little bit of ability to pay up for a couple guys, a little bit of ability to pay down, build some stacks in there, especially like some of the Angels, some of the Mets. Those are both 2 stacks that I do like quite a bit today. But with that being said, we're going to move right over to my article where I do talk about the top GPP stacks for today. So we're going to move down, and I do have the Rockies going against the Phillies. Aaron Nola is pitching today for the Phillies. Obviously, he does have that high-end upside, but he also has the downside where he gives up a lot of runs and home runs, and this game is in Colorado. If he pitches anything like he did the first game this year, could be a very good sign for these Rockies hitters. Then obviously we have the Mets going against Alex Cobb and San Francisco Giants. I'm not personally buying into this Alex Cobb being a better pitcher once again like he was last season, so I think there's a ton of upside there that you can get to with the Mets. Then I do have the A's who are going against Baltimore and a relatively young pitcher. I think there's some upside in this A's team. I do like Sean Murphy. Elvis Andrus stood out just a little bit, kind of as that mid-range play if you really want to get there at shortstop. But if you want to take a chance on some of these other guys, Billy McKinney, Seth Brown, I do have a little bit of interest in those guys as well. And then obviously I did mention the Angels stack. You'll see a lot of Angels player in my cheat sheet if you go over to the article. So they're in a team that I don't mind getting to as well. But with that being said, these are my core 5 picks for the day, as well as my top GPP stacks. As always, if you have any questions related to MLB DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's one of the core picks that I do have listed here, whether it's one of the top GPP stacks that I do have listed, or if it's someone completely different that you think I missed. Definitely interested in hearing what you guys have to say. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's MLB, whether it's NBA, whether it's NFL, or now whether it's USFL as well. I'm going to be doing some content later on this week. Obviously, there's one game remaining tonight, so if you guys want to take a look at my notes on Twitter for that game, the players that I did like, you could kind of transfer that over to the single game slate as well. And then with that being said, if you're a new or current subscriber is yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily MLB DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.